On the subject of chess, you have force, space, and timing. First, I like to start this video off by thanking all my visitors. I appreciate all my subscribers. I extend a warm welcome to you all. How important is tempo in the opening, middle game, and end game? This first game illustration is a Caro-Kann defense, b15, d4, c6, e4, d5, knight c3, followed by a6. Black grabs space with a6, more space on the queen side. a4, e6, and now pawn to e5. c5 challenges d4. So now after c5, knight on g to e2, knight c6, adding more pressure to the d pawn. f4 and queen a5 brings yet another piece to increase the pressure. So black is gaining tempo on white's queen side. Bishop e3, knight h6, and after bishop f2, knight f5. g4 is too late. Knight on f captures the pawn on d4. And knight takes d4, followed by c takes d4, and if bishop takes, then queen b4 double attacks the bishop. And after moving the bishop or retreating back to f2 or e3, the move is pawn to d4, and this exploits the pin of the knight to white's king. This is the power of tempo. I have a question for you. Is it about the pieces or is it about the squares that the pieces occupy? Let's take this position for example. You're playing the white side. You are a queen down. Now I want to ask you, are you winning or are you losing? Second question, how important is tempo?
Yumiko.
First, you have a book. And then you have a magician. And lastly, a machine. What do we get if we combine all three? Chess Assassin presents
This is not a dream.
Chess Transformer. So you're probably asking yourself, what is a chess transformer? A chess transformer is someone who plays the chess opening like a book, the middle game like a magician, and the end game like a machine. Pay close attention to this game, and I want you to watch how black dominates the board, takes all the squares away from the opponent, right from the opening. And black continues in like fashion until delivering checkmate in the end. Notice how the dark squares around white's king have been weakened. Bishop d6 is the intro to the attack on the king's side. Check. And now black follows up with pawn to e3, grabbing more space. Check. This is the power of tempo. White is like a boxer who's just waiting for his head to hit the canvas. Now this little game miniature was presented to you at the start of the video. So back to the question, is white winning or losing? Well, we see that all white has is a bishop, knight, and pawns with the queen down. The move is to play c4. Do you see why? It's not clear to you now, but if queen takes knight, what is the move to make? You're probably wondering. But the pawn moves to c5 is the correct move. However, if you play bishop to b7, you will lose because black has a pawn on d7 to block the check and a pawn on e6 to recapture. d5, cd, followed by pawn takes, and the king defends the pawn. And if you play bishop a6, king can step to f3 and the game is lost for white. The idea is to push to c4 and sacrifice the knight for tempo. This is very important. We play the pawn to c5 and now black has two choices. Either pawn to d5, king to d5, or maybe even a third choice. But let's look at king to d5 first. Bishop b7, king takes, and we win the queen. This is the importance of having tempo. Pawn to c5. If pawn to d5, we en passant. And after this, we have king to d5 followed by bishop to b7. King takes pawn and we win. Taking the moves back. Sacrifice for tempo. c4, queen takes the knight, we play c5. Queen attacks the bishop on a6, no problem. We have already gained tempi. Bishop to b7 is the game finisher. The only way that black can get out of the check is to play the pawn to d5. Of course, we have en passant, which is the winning move. And this is checkmate. That's all I have. I conclude. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Stay tuned.